Okay, I'm going to make this really easy for you. The Lockly Visage is the best smart lock that I've ever seen. It's loaded with features, but the best feature is that you can unlock the door with your face. Now, I know that sounds like a gimmick, but it's real and it's spectacular. So if money is no object and you just want the best lock you can get, you can stop watching right now and order it. But if you're price conscious, I'm going to break down all the features so you can decide if it's worth the hefty $350 price tag. Spoiler alert, it is, but let's do this anyways. Okay, we'll get to the facial recognition, but even if this lock did not have that magical feature, there's a lot to love about this lock. It has features I didn't even know I needed, and now that I have them, I can't imagine not having them. It's little things, like including 2 rechargeable batteries with the lock. You just swap out one in a couple seconds, plug the dead one in, and you're good to go. Every lock should do this. Kind of a no-brainer. Now, there are a crazy number of ways to unlock this thing, including access codes, fingerprints, Apple Home Key, remotely with the app, Alexa, or Google Home, and even using a physical key for those of you who are old. All of those methods are super fast and accurate, but let's be honest, you're not going to use any of those things because you're going to unlock this with your face. And from now on, you're going to be a little upset every time you encounter a lock that doesn't open with your face. It's that cool. To detect faces, the lock uses 2 infrared sensors and a sensor that is technically a camera but doesn't have the ability to actually take pictures. It's magic, okay? It uses magic, and that's okay because whatever it is, it works. To use it, you create a profile for whomever you wish to bequeath this face unlocking power. Then the lock scans their face, and from that point on, anytime they look at the lock, it unlocks. And it's super fast and accurate. And actually, the more you use it, the faster it gets. In fact, now the lock almost always recognizes me and unlocks the door before I'm able to reach the handle. I really put this facial recognition to the test, and it remains undefeated. It works during the day, and somehow in the pitch dark of night. It recognizes me like this, or with sunglasses on, or wearing a light disguise. However, the lock was not able to be fooled by someone who was disguised as me, or when I tried to use a picture or video of my face, so you're going to have to try a little harder than that if you want to break in and steal my baseball card collection. You'll notice that the lock is blocked by my storm door, and I thought that this might be a problem for the facial recognition, but the second I open the storm door, it scans my face and unlocks without hesitation. If you don't know what a storm door is, it's a second door in front of the main door that is essentially Minnesota because of our cold weather. You see, we are known for the Minnesota goodbye, where when you're ready to leave, you put your coat on, you open the door, you announce you're leaving, and then, instead of actually leaving, you stand there saying goodbye to everyone for 20 or 30 minutes. Could be an hour. You might see the sunrise. You never know. So without that storm door, we'd be letting all the cold air in during this whole time, which is the cardinal sin around these parts. Anyway, the Lockly handles it with aplomb. Installing the lock was a breeze, and I applaud the Lockly team for making the whole thing as painless as possible with installation instructions, installation videos, and available phone support from some guy named Logan, which I didn't need, but, well, I called him anyways. The app is pretty slick. Creating users and setting up their facial recognition and fingerprints is very straightforward. I've set up profiles for my wife and kids, which all work flawlessly. Now, I will warn you, facial recognition only seems to work with humans, though, so my non-human friends will have to rely on access codes to get in. You can also create one-time use access codes for dog sitters, mistresses, or anyone else you don't want to create a profile for. The app keeps a log of any lock activity, and there are all sorts of options you can set, such as phone notifications, auto lock, facial recognition settings, and a whole lot more. If you're the paranoid type, you're going to love the random mode for the passcode, where every time a number is pressed, all the numbers change places so nobody can track finger movements or see smudges on the screen and figure out what your code is. Very sneaky. Like I said, this is the Wi-Fi lock, and it's a bummer the lock is not available in Zigbee or Z-Wave, but it does connect to Apple Home, Amazon Alexa, and Google Home, so I was able to integrate the lock into my goodnight routines on my various hubs that way. Plus, with Apple Home Key, you can unlock the door with your phone or Apple Watch, which would be pretty cool if you couldn't also unlock it with your face. About my only gripe with this thing is the open-close sensor. You've got this nice lock, and maybe it's not the most attractive lock in the world, but it's definitely made of premium materials. Then they slap on this sad-looking sensor made from the world's cheapest plastic on this pathetic little cord. It's kind of like seeing your high-profile lawyer walk into the courtroom in a nice suit with toilet paper stuck to his shoe. For the amount of thought they put into everything else, it just seems like an afterthought. Now, I've already got a contact sensor hidden in my door, which I have a video that you can watch if you want to learn how to do that yourself. So I'm kind of tempted to just snip it off, but we'll let it ride for now. Aside from that, the lock is outstanding. Like I said up front, it's the best lock I've ever used, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise. I mean, not really, I'm a huge sissy. But the Lockly Visage has definitely found a permanent spot on the front door of my house. It's available for pre-order now at Home Depot, and I will add a link in the description when it's available on Amazon. Again, it is $350, which is a lot, but I think it's worth it. Now, if you want to see what kind of lock you can get for less than half that price, check out this lock review video right here. Thanks for watching.